Thanks, Robert.
Yeah, we're going to flesh this whole thing out with two people from both sides in the pundit pit as they line
There
up.
they are.
They're not,
welcome, pundits.
They're not allowed to talk until we cue them.
Everybody,
all right, the campaigns are getting down and getting dirty in the final 4 weeks with both sides ratcheting up the rhetoric. Will it pay off? In the pundit pit today, we've got Megan Ortegas. She is a former McCain staffer and Jeb Bush fundraiser. Bernard Whitman, former Clinton pollster. Georgette Mosbacher, New York delegate and Republican fundraiser. And Julie Roginski, former Corzine communications director as well. Good morning, all of you. Welcome to the pundit pit.
Thank you.
All right, so now we understand that in addition, we were just talking about the heirs thing. We also understand that the Barack Obama campaign is going to start bringing up the Keating Five. Julie, why are they thinking this could possibly help them?
Well, I guess they don't want to do what John Kerry did, which is let all of these allegations on his character go without responding in kind. But look, I would frankly prefer that we get back to the issues at hand. The economy's burning. We're at war. There's issues to be talked about. I don't really know why John McCain started down this path of tearing down Barack Obama. I would frankly prefer that we just get back to the issues at hand that people really care about.
Megan, what do you think? During the Keating scandal, in the end, John McCain was actually exonerated.
Well, listen, John McCain went through that scandal. He was exonerated, like you said. So now it's time to look at Barack Obama's record. You know, frankly, I'm surprised we haven't been talking about this for a lot longer, whether it's Tony Resco, whether it's Bill Ayers, whether it's Reverend Wright. This guy has a history of really dangerous friendships and partnerships and people who are criminals at worst. So it's time we started talking about this, examining his record.
Bernard, you know, because Barack Obama does not have a lot of experience, you know, managerial, we are interested in his judgment and the decisions he's made. And so if he does associate himself with these guys, including this known terrorist, it says something, doesn't it?
The dirty little secret in American politics is that when you're down in the polls and you're desperate and you have no real solutions for the American people, go negative. And that's exactly what this is. John McCain has absolutely no answer to solve America's economic crisis. Barack Obama is up in the polls.
Bernard, do you like the fact that he was associating with a known terrorist?
He worked on some education project at the University of Chicago. American people want to know, how are we going to get the economy moving again? How are we going to save our houses? How are we going to create jobs? The McCain campaign is desperate and in a downward spiral, and they're panicking. And you know why? Because he's about to take the Electoral College. And when you are in a panic, you usually say something stupid.
Okay. Georgette, we'll give you 20 seconds.
Good talking points. However, character does count. And character goes to the essence of a human being and their judgment. And where I grew up in Indiana, my mom always said, you can be judged by who you associate with. Would I sit on a board with David Duke? No, I wouldn't get in the room with David Duke.
All right, pundit pitters, stand by. More conversation straight ahead. Plus, it's the...
What's the general consensus? Who are these people planning on voting for?
I'm going for Obama.
And most of these people?
Yes. I think it's time for change.
And are you encouraging them to vote for Obama?
Oh, yes, really, I am. It's like their brother right there.
You tell them to vote for Obama?
Yes, for Obama, yes.
You do tell them?
Yes, I do. Yeah.
And what do they say when you say vote Obama?
They say yes. Yes, okay.
Okay, that apparently, according to pollster.net, that woman, apparently somebody who was driving homeless people in Ohio to vote. And as you could hear, she wanted everybody to vote for Obama. So is that fair or what? Let's talk with our pundit pit right now. Georgette, we've heard about this where they've got this 1 week period. I think it ends today or tomorrow where you can register on the spot and vote on the spot as well. Is it a good thing or a bad thing to be registering homeless people?
Well, I think it's terrible. I mean, it subverts the whole idea of democracy, as well as democracy requires us transparency. And I think checks and balances. And this doesn't have any of that.
Bernard?
Georgette, I'm shocked. We have a crisis in this country where less than half of Americans who can vote do. We should be doing everything we can in this country to let every single American vote. And the fact that you're suggesting that homeless people don't deserve to get to vote, that is un-American.
The tape doesn't lie. And what she said, she was taking the homeless people and telling them how to vote. I find that a way, I personally think that's taking advantage of a homeless
people. People have been driving people to the polls since the automobile was invented.
And let me just also say this.
Tell them how to vote.
We don't have a poll tax in this country. We don't have freeholders in this country anymore for a good reason. You don't need to own property anymore to vote in this country. Homeless people should be entitled to vote just the same way as you
have free will to vote.
And she's not going into the booth and telling them how to pull the lever.
She's not.
She's not going
doesn't lie.
You're suggesting they don't have a brain of their own when they certainly do.
Doesn't lie.
Guys, here's the problem with registering homeless people, because they've got no fixed address. They could wind up voting 3 or 4 times. Well, I'm here at the Salvation Army homeless shelter, and I'm over here at,
Well, I assume they have to produce some sort of ID or some sort of identification to prove who they are. No, they don't have to prove residence, but they have to provide an identification. They can't do it twice.
Pundit Pitters, on Friday night, I was a block away from here at 6:30 at night. I was walking over to dinner with my wife and family, and there was this group of people who were community organizers or whatever, activists. They were registering a group of German tourists to vote in the U.S. election.
Oh, come on.
Well, that would have been denied.
I'm not making that up. And I said, should I be registering? And they go, well, where are you from? And I said, New Jersey. And they go, we can register you for New York City. And I said, or New York State, rather. And I said, look, I don't have any ID. And they go, you don't need ID.
No, the Board of Elections would have rejected that, Steve. You know that. I mean, these allegations are absolutely absurd.
I don't know why we're defending these people who are obviously breaking the law. It's fine to drive people to the poll, but when you're telling them how to vote, and God knows what else they're doing, maybe they're offering...
You
do not drive people to the poll and convince them to vote for your candidate.
What do your churches do?
You can't.
What do your ministers do?
No,
yes, they do.
It's illegal for ministers to do that.
In your home state of New Jersey, you can't campaign for somebody within, I think, 100 feet or 100 yards of a polling location. You can do whatever you want up until they go into that polling location, which is why you can campaign for somebody up to and including when they walk into the voting booth.
Do we really want to go into churches? I don't think so.
All right, we're going to have
to
end it there.
And their influence over their people.
Listen, we're going to drive you off the set right now. To all of you, Georgette, Megan, Bernard, and Julie, we thank you very much for joining us. All right, job well done. All right, Brian.